Hello, hello, Folktowners, and welcome to yet another episode of Folktown, celebrating the greats of rock and folk and country and pop and Americana. And today we have a special occasion to celebrate because it's a actual birthday that we, well, quite belatedly, but still celebrate today. It's Paul Simon's 80th birthday. I think it was last month. Last month was October, it was Tom Petty month, but it was Paul Simon's 80th birthday. So today we're taking the opportunity and the occasion to celebrate the man that most of us know as half of Simon and Garfunkel, of course, but his solo career was at least as important, to me at least, as his Simon and Garfunkel career. There are some artists that start out in a band, in a huge band, and then they go solo, and you know, the solo work never really reaches the depth and the level and the heights of the work of that band. For me, for example, that was the case with the Beatles. You know, I love some songs of all the solo Beatle work, but they never really reached what they did as the Beatles together. With Paul Simon, I think many of his songs are much greater than anything Simon and Garfunkel has done, and which is beautiful, but he really surpassed that. I mean, he was the songwriter for Simon and Garfunkel, so it's maybe not that surprising, but still, it was wonderful what he did together with Art Garfunkel, those sublime harmonies. But you know, as a solo artist, he went completely different ways, and some of that work is even greater, to me at least, than Simon and Garfunkel's work. But anyway, tonight we're celebrating all of it. Anything written by Paul Simon can be in the mix today. We'll see if your favorite Paul Simon song or Simon and Garfunkel song is among it as well. Let me know in the chat what your favorite song is, and so I can anticipate if you get your money's worth tonight. Now, this show is free, of course. Like all the Folktown shows, feel free to support the artists that will perform tonight in Berlin. It's tonight. But of course, that is up to you. But any support is appreciated, and you find all the info, the possibilities for supporting the artist in the video description. So on Facebook, you know, wherever the post description is, can sometimes be below the video, sometimes above it, you find the info for all the artists. And let me say hello to you lovely people who are already here. Hey, Graham. Good to see you, at least in the chat today. Very nice to have you here in the chat. Hello, Linda. Yeah, we're all looking forward to the celebration. Maureen, good to see you. Rick, hey, Rick is going to play today. Rick van den Bosch, tuning in from England, I believe. Dagmar, schön, dass du da bist. Mette, hey, nice to see you. I was going to say something in Danish, but then I remembered that I don't speak Danish. And I always make the mistake whenever I speak with a Scandinavian person, I want to start speaking with them in Swedish because I speak a little Swedish, but it might not go down well with you. So I stick with English. Hello to Japan. That's amazing. Nakajima Hiromitsu. Thank you for tuning in. Mark, very good to see you in Holland. Beautiful Carolina Kuschik from Pankow. It's not very far from me, actually a couple of meters, 2 rooms further from here. Hey, Bernd. Bernd Bergman is also gonna perform today, and Carolina is going to perform for the first time. Carolina Rubirosa. Hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Carolina from Spain, from beautiful Galicia. And Markus is here. Hey, Markus. Anne, hey, hey. Anne, ich weiß nicht, ob du noch in Spanien bist. Anne Pima wird auch heute spielen. Und Dirk, schön dich wiederzusehen. Und wir haben Salam Salam from Poland. Hey, hey. Good to see you. Gokweld Andre. Thanks for reminding me what good evening means in Norwegian. Greetings to Stuart. And Rob McCormick is here from Arkansas. Wow. That is amazing. Big Paul Simon fan, like many people today. And as usual, I should say who I am actually. My name is Tobias Panwitz, and I am a singer-songwriter here in Germany, in Berlin, which is where I am. And this is also my excuse for my sometimes faulty English, because I'm a little rusty. But these shows help me because they make me speak in English at least once a month, so that's very good for me. Hello to Mary from Mississippi. Amazing. Irene or Irene from Amsterdam. And Mats from Sweden. Hey Mats, hur är läget? Nu kan jag prata lite svenska. No, Linda, we're not forgetting the good old USA, because there's a couple of US Americans watching tonight, which is awesome because Paul Simon is from America, of course, your beautiful country. Van Franken, hey, hey. Und Nakajimi is writing, I've been Simon Garfunkel, Paul Simon fan for 46 years, which is... I was gonna say something about my age, but I'm gonna not do it. I'm not gonna do it. Anyways, I think I gave away a crucial piece of information about my age here. India, my God, we have several continents here today. India, Japan, America, and Europe, of course. Ha! This is amazing. So, guys, I hope we all have a very enjoyable evening tonight, celebrating Paul Simon's 80th birthday. I know we will, because I've seen most of the videos. I haven't watched any video completely because I never really have the time to do so when I edit them. So for me, this is also going to be a nice, entertaining concert live stream. And as some people jokingly remind us, it's a live stream of pre-recorded material. But to counterbalance that a little bit, I always do one song actually live. So I would like to start. I would like to start New Zealand. My God, yet another continent. Oceania is in the house. So I'm gonna start with a Paul Simon song, actually live, because all the other ones are pre-recorded, but that is not so important, because let's just pretend we're all in one room tonight. All the artists are on the stage, or we're sitting in a circle, or whatever we want to do. Maybe we're sitting by the sea, like Paul Simon does on this songbook record cover with this lovely girl. I love these covers from the 70s. They're like, dressed, I don't know, like high school teachers or something. There's no rock star attitude about it. But Paul Simon never really had a rock star attitude. Hello Lola from España. And gonna sing this song that I find not too easy to play, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And I know this is not Paul Simon's version, because I'm like not even in the suburbs of the guitar abilities that Paul Simon has, and the insanely many chords he plays. But I love the song, so I'm gonna play it anyway. If Paul Simon is watching, which I'm sure he does, then I hope he will excuse my version of this. Mississippi Delta was shining like a national guitar. I'm following the river down the highway through the cradle of the Civil War. I'm going to Graceland, Graceland, Memphis, Tennessee. I'm going to Graceland. Oh, boys and pilgrims with families, we're all going to Graceland. My traveling companion is 9 years old. He's the child of my first marriage. And I reason to believe we both will be received in Graceland. Comes back to tell me she's gone. As if I didn't know that, as if I didn't know my own bed. if I'd never noticed the way she brushes her hair from her forehead. And I say losing love is like a window in your heart. Everybody knows you're blown apart. Everybody sees the wind blow. Oh, in Graceland, in Graceland, I'm going to Graceland. For reasons I can't explain, there's some part of me wants to see Graceland. My traveling companions of ghosts and empty sockets, I'm looking at ghosts and empties. And I've reason to believe we all will be received in Graceland. Well, there's a girl in New York City. She calls herself a human trampoline. And sometimes when I'm flying, falling, or tumbling in turmoil, I say, oh, this is probably what she means. She means we're bouncing into Graceland. And I see losing love, it's like a window in your heart. Everybody sees you blown apart. Everybody sees the wind blow. Oh, in Graceland, in Graceland, I'm going to Graceland. Maybe I have reason to believe we all will be received in Graceland. Maybe obliged to defend every love and every ending, but maybe there's no obligations now. But I've reason to believe we all will be received in Graceland. Ah, Graceland, all right. Good, good, good. But that's enough from me for now. Not sure, maybe I'm going to do another one live later. But I want to open the stage now for our beautiful performers. Beautiful in talent, beautiful in appearance, and beautiful in the way that they all took time to record their videos to contribute to this celebration and to give you all, give you all a good time, give us all a good time. So please consider supporting the artists, like I said before. And now, without further ado, I want to draw the curtain aside and make room for the first performer, which comes from Germany, from my country, further in the southwest. From Würzburg, here's Markus Rill playing another song from the album that I just sort of teased. All right, here's Markus Rill, everyone.
Hey, Folktown, let's do one for Paul Simon. It was a slow day, and the sun was beating on the soldiers by the side of the road, and the bright light shattering of the shop windows, the bomb of the baby carriage was wired to the radio. The radio. These are the days of miracle and wonder. This is the long distance call. The way the camera follows us in slow-mo. The way we look to us all. The way we look to a distant constellation dying in a corner of the sky. These are the days of miracle and wonder. And don't cry, baby, don't cry, don't cry. It was a dry wind swept across the desert, crawled into the circle of birth, and the dead sand falling on the children, the fathers and the mothers, and the automatic earth. These are the days of miracle and wonder. This is the long distance call. The way the camera follows us in slow-mo, the way we look to us all, the way we look to a distant constellation dying in a corner of the sky. These are the days of miracle and wonder, and don't cry, baby, don't cry. It's a turnaround jump shot, everybody jump start, every generation throws a hero up the pop chart. Well, medicine is magical and magical is art. Think of the boy in the bubble, the baby with the baboon heart. I believe these are the days of lasers in the jungle somewhere. Staccato signals of constant information, a loose affiliation, millionaires and billionaires. These are the days of miracle and wonder. This is the long distance call. The way the camera follows us in slow-mo, the way we look to us all. It's the way we look to a distant constellation dying in a corner of the sky. These are the days of miracle and wonder, and don't cry, baby, don't cry. Don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. All right. See you around.
Yeah, see you around, Marcus. That was amazing. That was great. Actually, I was really amazed when you told me that you're going to choose that song, because it's not really an obvious song. The Obvious Child. Is that The Obvious Child? No, that was not The Obvious Child. There was a failed joke here from me. It's not an obvious choice, that song, for someone who's usually doing Americana and folk and singer-songwriter stuff, like Marcus does, and kudos. That was a great choice, I thought. And I thought it was a great song to open the evening. Graceland was that album of Paul Simon that I just barely missed when I started listening to music, which was in 1986. And Graceland, I think, came out in 86, didn't it? Or 85? But I just missed that. And the first Paul Simon album that I kind of noticed when it came out was The Rhythm of the Saints. I think The Obvious Child was from Rhythm of the Saints, yeah. And so, yeah, I discovered Graceland a little bit later. But it's like often we apply this term for music and albums to be timeless. But I just listened to Graceland today, and there's just nothing that sounds like 80s on that record. Because, I mean, obviously because the music was so strongly influenced from Africa, which is still unusual. But just, I don't know. It's one of those albums that is just in a different galaxy somewhere, and we have the luck that it reached us. I don't know, it reached us via Paul Simon. All right. Yep. Graham is saying Graceland is the only Paul Simon album he ever owned. So Graham is usually a regular in the Folktown shows. He does beautiful renditions of songs, but he's not among the performers today. He confessed that he's not so, he hasn't so much warmed up with Paul Simon as with other artists, but he's here to support everyone and to maybe learn to love some of the songs. Sometimes when we don't click with an artist, it's maybe more because of the way this artist performs than because of the songs themselves. And so we have a lot of different and very varied interpretation of Paul Simon songs today. And I'm sure, Graham, you'll learn to love one or two Paul Simon songs today. All right, so I'm, as always, inclined to talk a little too much. We will move on to the next artist. And from Würzburg, where Marcus lives, we move on to Australia, to the beautiful continent of Oceania, or Oceania. I'm never sure how to pronounce that. So we're moving to Australia, where Preeta Greeley lives. She used to live in Germany, where we met, and where I know her from. And now she's back to Australia and she's singing this song that I'm sure many people here are waiting for. I'm waiting for many Paul Simon songs, but this is one of the top classics. So here's Prita Greeley, everyone.
La 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 la. Check 1 2 1 2. 7 seconds. 7 seconds away. Hi, my name's Prita and I'm from Australia. I'm in my home in Australia right now, and I am going to do the Simon and Garfunkel song Mrs. Robinson from the movie The Graduate. It's a song about an older woman pursuing a younger man, and there's nothing wrong with that. Come on, man. Cougars are alive and well since the dawn of days and ages. That's all I gotta say about that. Come on, people. Get with the program. To help you learn yourself. Look around you, all you see are sympathetic eyes. Stroll around the grounds until you feel at home. And here's to you, Mrs. Robinson. Jesus loves you more than you will know. Oh, God bless you. Those who pray. Hey, yeah. Hey. Hide it in a hiding place where no one ever goes. Put it in the pantry with your cupcakes. It's a little secret, just the Robinsons affair. Most of all, you got to hide it from the kids. Cuckoo-cuckoo, Mrs. Robinson. Jesus loves you more than you will know. Oh, God bless you, please, Mrs. Robinson. Heaven knows a place for those who pray. Hey. Sitting on a sofa on a Sunday afternoon, going to the candidates' debate. Laugh about it, shout about it when you've got to choose. Any way you look at it, you lose. Where have you gone, Joe DiMaggio? A nation turns as lonely as to you. Ooh, what's that you say, Mrs. Robinson? Joe has left and gone away. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Over and out. See you later.
Thanks so much, Prita. Oh, it's always so lovely to hear your voice. Turn every song into a sublime thing with that voice. And yes, I also love what you said about about the content of the song, and that we shouldn't, should get over it a little bit. I totally agree, and I'm not the only one, as I saw in the comments. Maureen, I think, was thinking the same thing. Yeah. All right, cool. Mrs. Robinson, everyone's singing along, not just Rick, but I definitely was. Time to move on to the next performer, and Bernd Böckmann, the regulars of Folktown, the Folktown inhabitants, people who live here in this beautiful place called Folktown. They know who Bernd is. He is someone that I feel very familiar with, although we never ever met in person. We only met on Facebook. And he's a great supporter of the arts, and he's a great artist himself. Brilliant guitar player, brilliant finger picker, and also a beautiful singer. And today he's playing a Paul Simon song that I did not know before. And I must admit, when it comes to Paul Simon, I'm not even sure if I should call myself a fan. And this album, this vinyl that I have here, was given to me by a very good friend, Hans, who's walking the Camino Santiago right now. And but I don't really own any Paul Simon records. He's just, I started listening to Simon and Garfunkel, and those songs, they sort of stick with you, and they become part of your system. And then you discover the Paul Simon solo stuff, and it's the same thing. These songs are so relatable, and they are so melodic, and the lyrics are so poignant, and have such vivid imagery that they just stay with you. And I feel like I know many of these songs without owning the records. But I must admit, I know like the greatest hits, like the best of. I'm a best of kind of fan when it comes to Paul Simon, I have to admit. And so that's the reason why I don't know this song that Bernd is going to play now. Maybe that's even one of Paul Simon's best known songs, but I didn't know it before. And thanks to Bernd for pointing it out to me. And I don't want to let you guys wait any longer. Here's Bernd Böckmann.
Hello everyone, good evening. My name is Eric Penny, and it's a bit of a late night here in Berlin.
All right, and I have to go back because I made a mistake there. I'm very sorry. Something went wrong in my preparations, but I have to really quick fix that. So I'm gonna go back to that video, and then Bernd is coming up real quick. Hang on, folks.
Hello everyone, good evening.
Hello Folktown family, here's Bernd Böckmann, and we are here again to celebrate the birthday of another great songwriter, Paul Simon's 80th birthday. I like to play a song from his first solo album from 1972 called Duncan, and I added an instrumental piece originally written by Davy Graham called Angie. And Paul Simon played this tune himself in the 60s when he was living in England. So I hope you like my versions, and let's have a great evening, and thank you so much, Tobias, for having me again. They've been going at it all night long. I was trying to get some sleep, but these motor walls are cheap. Lincoln Duncan is my name, here's my song. Here's my song. My father was a fisherman, my mother was a fisherman's friend, and I was born in the ballroom and the chowder. When I reached my prime, I left my home in the Maritimes, headed down the turnpike for New England, sweet New England. Confidence and holes underneath of my jeans. I was left without a penny in my pocket. Ooh, I was about as destitute as a kid could be. Wished I wore a ring so I could honk it. I'd like to honk it. Was preaching to a crowd, singing sacred songs and reading from the Bible. I told her I was lost. She told me all about the Pentecost. Seemed that God the road to my survival. Later on that very same night, when I crept to a tent with a flashlight, my long years of innocence ended. She took me to the woods, saying, "Here comes something and it feels so good." Just like a dog, I was befriended. I was befriended. What a night, what a garden of delight. Even now that sweet memory lingers. I was playing my guitar, lying underneath the stars, thanking the Lord for my fingers. For my fingers.
That was just, oh my God. Bernd, it's miraculous every time we hear you play. But this was just breathtaking. Sometimes I have to laugh out loud when I hear guitar playing like that, because it's just, what the hell? Yeah, but you see it in the comments. There's lots of love for Bernd here. And amazing. Thanks so much. I'm taking my hat. And thank you, Bernd, for pointing this song out to me, which I did not know before. All right, we're moving on from Germany to beautiful Norway, home of Norwegian singer-songwriter Endre Olsen. He lives on the beautiful island of Stord, which is relatively close, I believe, to the city of Bergen. I was lucky enough to stay in Bergen for 2 months, spend some time there many years ago, and that's where I met Endre and many other beautiful, brilliant musicians from that country. And do check also out all these artists that are playing here. Endre and Bernd. Bernd has a brilliant YouTube channel where he plays that devilish guitar of his over many instrumentals and cover songs and just a lot of beautiful music alone with collaborators. And also the other artists, you find all the names in alphabetical order, and also means to support them in the post description, either above or below the video. Same goes for Endre Olsen. He did at least one album in English, I know, but he does now, I think, mainly songs in Norwegian, which is very interesting to listen to, even if you don't speak the language. It's a beautiful language, and you can imagine what the songs are about. Just listening to the sounds of Norwegian when you listen to Endre Olsen's music. But that's not what we're doing right now. Right now we're listening to Endre in his garage with a beautiful vintage guitar, playing Paul Simon. And not going to tell you which song, because you'll find out in a minute. Just check in your comments here real quick. Just lots of love coming in, which is nice. Here's Endre Olsen, everyone. I hope I'm not making another mistake with the video. I'm a little under the weather, so it could be that my concentration left me when I prepared the show. I hope it's not happening again. Also, please let me know if the sound is alright, if the levels are fine between my voice and the videos. Otherwise, I can write the faders a little bit. So, enough talking. Here's Endre Olsen from Norway.
Hello guys. Hello Tobias. Thanks for inviting me back. This was a bit harder than last time, I must admit. Paul Simon, he knows a few chords. Anyway, I'm now gonna sing you a picture painted in song by Paul Simon, and I look forward to hearing you all. Renee and Georgette Magritte with a dog after the war returned to their hotel suite, and they unlocked the door. Easily losing their evening clothes, they danced by the light of the moon to the penguins. The moon glows, the orioles and the fine satins, the deep forbidden music they've been longing for. Renee and Georgette Magritte with their dog after the war. Renee and Georgette Magritte with their dog after the war. Strolling down Christopher Street when they stopped in a men's store, with all of the mannequins dressed in a style that brought tears to their immigrant eyes. Just like the moon glows, the orioles and the fine satins, the easy stream of laughter flowing through the air. Renee and Georgette Magritte with that dog I pray like it. Side by side they fell asleep. Decades glided by like Indians, time is cheap. When they wake up, they will find all their personal belongings have intertwined. Whoa. Renee and Georgette McGreed with their dog after the war, dining with a power elite when they looked in their bedroom drawer. And what do you think they have hidden away in the cabinet cold of their hearts? The penguins, the moon glows, the Oreos, and the 5 satins, for now and ever after as it was before. Renee and Georgette agreed with their dog after the war. Renee and Georgette agreed with their dog after the war. Renee and Georgette agreed with their dog after the war.
Oh, wow. Sometimes I'm lost for words listening to these interpretations. Man, Andrew, who would just love to be in your garage right now? Keep listening to your beautiful music. Thanks so much for that. And thanks for wearing that sweater. I love that sweater, man. Looks very, very Norwegian. Let us know where we can get one of those. All right. Thanks for the feedback, guys. Happy to hear that the sound is fine. And yeah, I'm trying out a little bit of a new setup today. A bit of new lighting. And I hope that's all right for everyone. All right, so we're moving on to our next artist, and we're kind of staying in the north of Europe, geographically at least. We're moving to England, actually to Holland, because our next artist comes from the Netherlands. Rick van den Bosch, you already saw him in the comments. He's in the chat today, watching, and thanks, Andrea. I will definitely stop by your garage. Rick van den Bosch is up next, and he plays a song that he chose kind of later in the progress of the preparation of the show. We usually do this, or we always do this, first come, first serve. So when I announce the next artist, then you know, when you when the artists make their choice of song, they have to be quick, because if someone's faster than they are, then you know we have to pick a different song. And Rick was very amazed that his song was still available, even though he was really late in the game. But he does a great version of it, and it's one of my top five Paul Simon songs. Sorry, my voice is a little shot. And he's playing in his workshop, I think, in his bicycle shop. Because Rick, as if I'm informed correctly, please correct me if I'm wrong, Rick. Rick is in the bicycle business, apart from the music business, and his bicycle shop also has great sound. So thanks for turning it into a stage for us today, Rick. Here's Rick van den Bosch, everyone.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Paul Simon and Garfunkel Folktown special. I don't think I've listened to one artist for so long, so intensively, since a long time. Trying to figure out, of course, which song I would like to sing. Of course, a lot of songs were taken by then, but luckily and surprisingly, American Tune wasn't. Quite a challenge. It's got loads of chords. It's not an easy song, so it took me a while to rehearse. Let's see how it goes. Many's the time I've been mistaken, many times confused, yes, and I've often felt forsaken, and certainly misused. Oh, but I'm alright, I'm alright, I'm just weary to my bones. Still, you don't expect to be bright and born free from so far away from home, so far away from home. I don't know a soul who's not been battered. Don't have a friend who feels at ease. Don't know a dream that's not been shattered or driven to its knees. Oh, but it's alright, it's alright, for we've lived so well so long. Still, when I think of the road we're traveling on, I wonder what's going wrong. I can't help it but wonder what's gone wrong. I dreamed I was dying, dreamed that my soul rose unexpectedly, looking right down at me, smile reassuringly. Dreamed I was flying high up above. My eyes could clearly see the Statue of Liberty sailing away to sea. I dreamed I was flying, for we come on a ship they call Mayflower. We come on a ship that sailed the moon, come in the ages most uncertain, and sing an American tune. Oh, but it's alright, it's alright, you can be forever blessed. Still, tomorrow's gonna be another working day, and I'm trying to get some rest. That is all, I'm trying to get some rest. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Rick. That was awesome, and again, beautiful sound in that workshop, like in Andre's garage before. We should maybe call this show Garage Folk or something. Garage Town. What we're doing here, folks, is garage folk. Maybe a new genre here. Beautiful, beautiful. And that thumb of yours, man, I'm always impressed by that thumb of yours. It's just like a machine. Rick van den Bosch, everyone. He has a lot of albums out. Do check him out. Do check out all the artists playing here today. And please consider supporting them, because not just the current time is difficult for artists, but any time is difficult for artists, as you know. And I say that a bit jokingly, but any support is really appreciated. And yeah, in any case, thank you to all the artists, you know, giving their free time to bring us all this beautiful show. So we're moving on from England or Holland, as you want, from Middle or Northern Europe, making this a little bit of a geographical show here. We're moving, I should have a little graphic of the world and then zooming into Europe and then going from the north of Europe to the south of Europe. We're in England now. England is maybe somewhere here, let's say, and then now we're going south, straight down, if I got that correctly, to Spain, but to the north of Spain, home of Carolina Rubirosa. And she comes from the beautiful region of Galicia, and I say beautiful because I know it's beautiful there. I've hiked through there a couple of times on the Camino de Santiago, and the one thing you can say about Galicia, it's beautiful, but it's bloody rainy all the time. It rains and rains and rains, and this is probably what it has in common with, not probably, but that's what it does have in common with England, which I hear is also very rainy, quite rainy. Please let us know if that's correct. Jill and Maureen and Graham, you guys must know. So, Galicia is beautiful. Santiago de Compostela, the big destination of the Caminos de Santiago, is where Carolina comes from. If I'm informed correctly, Carolina, please let me know if I say something wrong here. This is all very informal. I don't really have an idea about anything. I'm just saying words to fill the time between the songs. And I'm very happy that Carolina is with us for the first time. It's the premiere for her on Folktown. She's a great artist. She plays a lot of shows, and she has a sublimely beautiful voice. I met her first time in a project that my friend Juan Duran initiated. Maybe you remember when we made the big Bob Dylan 80th birthday celebration earlier this year. I think it was in May. We had lots of you guys artists playing, and it was a big show. And there was a video that I presented where Juan Duran from Spain collected a couple of friends, and he made a cover version of I Shall Be Released, the famous Dylan song. And Carolina was featured in that video as well. So some of you already saw her, but today she has the first appearance officially on Folktown with another sublimely beautiful Paul Simon song. So I won't say much more. For you guys, here's Carolina Rubirosa from Galicia in Spain.
Soft and warm, continuing, tapping on my roof and wall, and from the shelter of my mind, through the window of my eyes, I gaze beyond the rain-drenched streets to England, where my heart lies. My mind's distracted and few. My thoughts are many miles away. They lie with you when you are asleep, kiss you when you start your day, and a song I was writing is left undone. I don't know why I spend my time writing songs I can't believe words that tear and strain to rhyme. And so you see, I have come to doubt all that I once held as true. I stand alone without belief. The only truth I know is you. And as I watch the drops of rain wave their weary paths and die, I know that I am like the rain, there but 4 degrees of you go wide.
Muchas gracias, Carolina. Lovely. I really like that. And I do hope that was not the last time we saw you on Folktown. Lots of beautiful comments and reactions coming in. So, yeah, we'll hope to see you again. We're moving on from Spain to Australia again. Paul Fogarty used to live in Germany too. There's lots of international artists in this country. But he moved back to Australia for whichever reasons. Maybe, Paul, if you're watching, you want to share those with us. Or maybe not, depending on your mood. Would be interesting to know what made you move away from Germany back to Australia. But anyways, he's still sort of in the process of arriving in Australia, and I'm happy he took the time to record a song which is one of those iconic, huge Paul Simon songs that everyone knows. And one of the nice things about this show is you hear those songs. We had that last time also with in the Tom Petty show, and Prita, I think, was playing I Won't Back Down, and that's one of those songs you've heard it like a gazillion times, but then you hear it in a different interpretation, and sometimes it's like you hear it for the first time because you hear it differently. And that is also the case with Paul's interpretation of this song. So everyone, get ready for a song you've heard a million times, but you haven't heard it in Paul Fogarty's version, probably. Here's Paul Fogarty from Australia.
Where am I? There. Am I there? Am I... What? What? Hi, everybody. I just finished recording that song, Bridge Over Troubled Water, on the piano. My reverb is a little bit up there. And I was going to record it on this beautiful baby grand piano in the upstairs foyer of this hospital that's about an hour drive from here. But things got a bit complicated, you know, the way things are at the moment. So I've had to stay around the house because my wife and children could call at any minute, or some government agency or an airline or the quarantine people, and I may have to sort of put out some fires at any second. So I'm doing it. I did it at home. I did it about 5 minutes ago. So thanks for your support. Thanks, Tobias. Thanks, everybody. Hope to see you soon enough, and I hope you dig my version of Bridge Over Troubled Waters, or Troubled Water, I should say. Thanks. Cheers. See you on the flip side. When you're weary, feeling small when tears are in your eyes. I'll dry them all. I'm on your side when times get rough. Pain is all around like a bridge over troubled water. I will lay me down when you're down and out, when you're on the street, when evening falls so hard, I will comfort you. I'll take your part. Oh, when darkness comes and pain is all around like a bridge over troubled water, I will ease your mind. Sail on, silver girl, sail on by. Your time has come to shine. All your dreams are on their way. See how they shine. Oh, if you need a friend, I'm sailing right behind like a bridge over troubled water. I will ease your mind like a bridge over troubled water. I will ease your mind. I will ease your mind.
Yeah, Bridge Over Troubled Water. There's not much to say about the song, not much left to say. But Paul, again, I've heard it, in a different way. Thanks so much for that. Beautiful piano playing, I must say. Jesus. Even though it's not a real piano, I'm always kind of, snobby about that, keyboards and real pianos, because I love playing on real pianos. But, you get a great sound out of it. That's just... Thanks, man. Really enjoyed that. Bridge Over Troubled Water. One of those songs, even though you think you can't really hear it anymore, then you hear it again, and it's still great. I don't know. It's just magic, I think. It's magic. It's real magic. All right. I was trying to catch some of you guys' comments here as well. Rosella, nice to see you from Italy. Liane, schön, dass du eingeschaltet hast. All right, we're moving on to the next artist. We're moving to España, to the Canary Islands. From the Canary Islands to Leipzig. That's where Spanish artist Evil Mr. Sod lives now, though he comes from the Canary Islands. And he's one of the few in the round here that I've actually met personally. Many years ago, I'm not sure Pablo, if you're watching, if you remember that, but we met once at East of Eden Bookshop. But we're regulars on Facebook, of course, which is the new hangout these days. And I used to kind of sneer at Facebook for not being a real place. But I must say, I've met so many wonderful and nice and lovely people there. Many of you are watching right now, and we've never met in person. But, I can't wait. But until that happens, I'm just kind of grateful that we have that that place that we have a love-hate relationship with called Facebook, that enables us to have shows and get-togethers like this. We have to sort of ignore the dark side of it for a while, at least for the duration of this show, at least. So, Evil Mr. Sod is playing another iconic, beautiful, beautiful Paul Simon song. Just the melodies that man came up with, the melodies entwined in the chords. It's like, I don't know, it's like a river through a forest. A melodic river through a forest of chords, entangled forest of interesting chords, Paul Simon chords. Evil Mr. Sod does it beautifully, and but you guys know that who've been watching these shows regularly, because Pablo is a regular on the shows. So I don't need to say very much, except for welcome Evil Mr. Sod, and everyone please enjoy.
Hey, good evening, folk towners, friends and enemies and relatives, and this is Evil Mr. Sod speaking, and tonight we are celebrating the music of Mr. Paul Simon, who is someone that I think he's been often overlooked as a songwriter, but he definitely has written tons and tons of very good songs, like the one that I'm about to play, which is called Homeward Bound. This is a song from the times of Simon and Garfunkel, but he wrote it alone. And besides the fact that I really like the song, the connection here might be that I write a lot of songs while waiting for trains, and I write a lot of songs traveling by train, and he wrote this song while waiting for a train on a train station, and yeah, that's the thing. So without further ado, here he goes, Homeward Bound. I'm sitting in the railway station, got a ticket to my destination. On a tour of one-night stands, my suitcase and guitar in hand, and every stop is neatly planned for a poet and a one-man band. Homeward bound, I wish I was homeward bound. Home where my thoughts escaping, home where my music's playing, home where my love lies waiting silently for me. Every day's an endless stream of cigarettes and magazines. And each town looks the same to me, the movies and the factories, and every stranger's face I see reminds me that I long to be homeward bound. I wish I was homeward bound. Home where my thoughts escaping, home where my music's playing, home where my love lies waiting silently for me. Tonight I'll sing my songs again, I'll play the game and pretend. But all my my words come back to me in shades of mediocrity, like emptiness in harmony. I need someone to comfort me. Homeward bound, I wish I was homeward bound. Home when my thoughts escaping, home when my music's playing, home when my love lies waiting silently for me, silently for me.
Thank you, Pablo. That was beautiful. I love that Johnny Cash kind of pick in your head there. And Pablo's watching on his phone. He's just writing, thanks, man, for making the effort to tune in. You're probably somewhere on the train right now, going to some gig or coming from some gig. I hope so. Talking of gigs, there was a not so subtle segue to a little plug I would like to do. Pablo and me have a show coming up, Evil Mr. Sod and Trailhead in Berlin. If you're watching from Berlin, wenn ihr von Berlin zuseht, on the 10th of December we're playing a show in north of Berlin, in Pankow, in Zimmer 16. But I'm not going to say much more because this is not supposed to be for self-promotion. But I could not resist the temptation. So, Pablo, thanks a lot. Yeah. It's always great to see you play those songs, man. It's good to have you on the show. All right. Emilio. He hasn't really told me yet where the name Evil Mr. Sod comes from. I'm gonna ask Pablo when we play on the 10th of December in Berlin. All right. We're moving on from Germany to Denmark to Mette Kierkegaard, who's a regular on the shows as well. And she also plays a song that I was not aware of before. And it's also not one of the greatest hits canon. That's probably why I don't know about it. But it's one of the newer songs. It's called Love. And Mette has a message before the song. Here's Mette Kierkegaard.
Don't ask what leaders can do for us, but ask what Paul Simon could do for our leaders. In these times, after the Glasgow meeting, I believe that a song coming here would be perfect for helping us thinking about the challenges with the climate changes and the powers in our society and in our world. And the song is called Love. Soothe me, cool my fever high, hold me when I cry. I need you so much. Makes you want to get down and crawl like a beggar for its touch. And all the while it's free as air, like plants. The medicine is free as air. we crave it so badly. Makes you want to laugh out loud when you receive it and gobble it like candy. We think it's easy, sometimes it's easy, but it's not easy. You're going to break down and cry. We're not important, we should be grateful. And if you're wondering why, that we pay when evil walks the planet and love is crushed like clay. The master races, the chosen people, the burning temple, the weeping cathedrals.
Oh man, Mette, that piano of yours, that piano was featured in quite a few of your performances here in Folktown, and I just love that sound, and the control you have over your voice here when you know, with that love phrase. I'm not gonna try to replicate it here. That's just amazing. Thank you so much. I listened to the song once in Paul Simon's original after I received your video, and it's a little bit different, but it's because someone was observing that it's very different for Paul Simon, very different from his usual song, from his other songs. And also Paul Simon's version is very different. It's one of his newer songs. I forget which album, but the albums in the past like 20 years or so have not been so famous and known anymore, but there's just amazing material on them. And Love is one of those songs. If I'm not mistaken, it's one of the newer albums. Mesmerizing interpretation. Thank you very much, Mette. And yeah, greetings to Denmark. I hope you guys will find a way through the darkness this winter, like we have to in Berlin here as well. All right, yeah. Talking about darkness and cold times, let's move back to Spain, to the beautiful city of Madrid. And this time the artist who lives there actually lives there. He's not in Germany, although he's from Madrid or something. But I did meet him in Berlin. Juan Duran and I have been friends for a very long time, and he's one of my longest musical collaborators. He's a brilliant guitarist. I know him mainly as a lead guitarist with electric guitar. For those of you who maybe heard my new song maybe this year, the guitar solo is played by Juan, who we're gonna hear now. I am in awe of him as a guitarist, but I've rarely ever heard him on the acoustic guitar. And this song, of course, is on the acoustic guitar now. It's a very famous Paul Simon song, and just really enjoyable to watch Juan play it and sing it. Juan is the lead singer, guitarist, and songwriter of the Spanish band Atlantico, and they're preparing a new record right now. And if you want to know when that's out, you should follow him, Atlantico. The link for his project is in the description, where you can support all the artists for the show today. Please do so if you enjoy the performances. I know sometimes it's hard to choose maybe which artists to support. We haven't really come up with a better system for support right now than the individual support, but maybe you can choose a different artist every time or something. Or yeah, I'm not gonna make any suggestions, but any support is highly appreciated. Thank you very much. And if you're into roots rock and Americana, but with the Spanish language, and I really recommend it. I have Juan's first album, which was amazing, and I'm sure the second one is going to be great as well. Follow him on Facebook. But now, don't follow anyone, but stay where you are and listen to Juan doing this amazing Paul Simon song. Here he is.
Hello everyone, this is Juan from beautiful Madrid, Spain. You're all welcome to come. I've been invited to participate in this tribute to Paul Simon, one of my favorite singers, which I had a relationship with since I was a little kid because of my family. So I just wanted to thank Tobias and thank everyone and congratulate all the participants in this tribute, and be happy of being a member of the Folktown family. So yeah, my song is Still Crazy after all these years, which is more or less how I feel with Paul Simon. I hope you enjoy it.
I met my old lover on the street last night. She seemed so glad to see me, I just smiled. And we talked about some old times. We drank ourselves some beers. Still crazy after all these years. Oh, still crazy after all these years. Not the kind of man who tends to socialize, seem to do no familiar ways. But I ain't no fool for love songs that whisper in my ears. Still crazy after all these years. Oh, still crazy after all these years. 4 in the morning, cracked out, yawning, longing my eyes away. I'll never worry, why should I? It's all gonna fade.
Well, I sit by my window and I watch the cars. Fear will do some damage one fine day, but I would not be convicted by a jury of my peers. Still crazy after all these years. Oh, still crazy, still crazy, still crazy after all these years. Thank you.
Muchas gracias, Juan. Thanks so much for that. Talk about Paul Simon knowing a lot of chords. Jesus, man. I'm just in awe looking at that piece of, looking at that guitar work. Yeah. Man. All right, guys, we're moving on back to England. We're zigzagging between England and Spain here. And lots of people here in the chat who know this next artist. It's Jason McNiff from Hastings on the south coast of England. And he's doing a great Paul Simon song. That's all I'm going to say. I'm saying this for all the artists, but this one's another good one. I mean, what are you going to say about Paul Simon? Here's another great song. Here's another iconic song. Here's another uncomparably beautiful melodic song. Jason McNiff, another fantastic guitarist, singer-songwriter, just has a new album out called Dust of Yesterday, already working on his next album, which is a cover song album. Really looking forward to that. And I think it's almost complete. Isn't it always almost complete? Not sure if Jason's watching, but if you are, Jason, then please let us know about the status of your current release or the new album, the cover song album. But until we find out about that, here's a beautiful Paul Simon song.
Hello Tobias, hello everybody, welcome to Hastings here in the UK. I'm Jason McNiff. I'm going to do this lovely Paul Simon tune. It's called Peace Like a River Ran Through the City. Oh, peace like a river ran through the city, way past midnight curfew, we were starry-eyed. Oh, we were satisfied. Oh, but I remember misinformation followed us like a plague. No one knew from time to time if the plans would change. If the plans would change. You can beat us with wires, you can beat us with chains, you can roll out your laws, but you know you won't outrun the history train. I see a glorious day, I hear. Oh, 4 in the morning I awake from a dream. Nowhere to go but back to sleep, but I'm reconciled. I'm gonna be up for a while. I'm gonna be up for a while. I'm up for a while. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the evening.
Fantastic. As usual, Jason, thanks so much for that. And greetings back to Hastings on the south coast of England. Jason has a regular live stream every week on Thursday. I believe it's 8:30 British time, and you have to make the math for your region in the world when that is, but I highly recommend it. Many people here in the chat are regulars on that live stream, and I'm tuning in whenever I can. It's very enjoyable, great guitar work, lovely lovely original songs and great interpretations of Dylan and Cohen and Paul Simon as well. So highly recommend Jason's regular live streams. It's called the Sundowner, or it used to be the Lockdown series. Now it's called the Sundowner, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sure someone here can correct me if that's wrong. Graham is just giving us an update on Jason's album. The album is finished in post-production at the moment. Great. All right. Yep, Maureen would also recommend Jason's live stream. All right, so maybe we all see each other again on Thursday on the Jason McNiff page. Well, there's just a chance for that. All right, we're moving on to Germany again, to the Black Forest Schwarzwald region in the southwest of Germany. That's the home of Anne P. Anne Pima, I think she's called. Actually, that's her actual name. She calls herself Anne P. when she's playing music. Isn't it funny, like with us artists, that we all have our names, and then we feel the urge to change them around as artists. I mean, who am I to talk? I call myself Trailhead when I play music, but I think I'm going to take a break from that next year. So Anne P. is going to play us another iconic song, and I think when she's playing, she's actually on vacation in Spain, but unfortunately we don't see much of Spain. But we see a lot of her playing the song, and I think we're all going to sing along to the next one again. I will, definitely, and maybe you will as well. Here's Anne P.
Hi, my name is Anne P. I'm from South Germany, and I chose the song The Sound of Silence because my mom used to listen to Simon and Garfunkel music, and I liked the first verse and the meaning of it and the meditative feel about the song. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk to you again. 'Cause the vision softly creeping left its seed while I was sleeping. And the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. In restless dreams I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone, neath the halo of a street light. I turned my collar to the cold and down. When my eyes were stabbed by the flash of a neon light that split the night and touched the sound of silence.
Thank you, Anna. That was lovely. And it's a beautiful background singers, as Mark was remarking. The birds must be a beautiful place. It's a shame we didn't see any of it, but gave us more opportunity to concentrate on the song and your performance. And that was beautiful. Thank you, Anna. Yeah. We're already drawing near the end of the show, guys. We have a couple more performers and artists, but it's a little bit of a shorter show this time, Paul Simon, a bit more of an exclusive show. And I would like to take the opportunity to already let you know what we're going to do in December. December, of course, this always taking place on the last Monday of the month, so the end of December is always a special time. And we are going to celebrate Christmas on the next Folktown episode. We're going to have a Christmas special with many of the artists that are playing today and many of the artists that are returning from previous shows, sharing not only Christmas songs, but just songs of the season, songs of winter, some stories, some personal anecdotes. I think it's going to be a really nice nice atmosphere. And even if Christmas is not so much your thing, I think you're going to get something out of it because it's about music mainly and getting together. And we want to take the opportunity for the next Folktown, for the Christmas special, to make this a special event. And the artists will not, we will not give the opportunity to take donations for the artists, but we're going to turn this into a fundraiser. So the Christmas special will be a fundraiser. We're collecting funds and donations to donate to the Red Cross work during the Afghanistan crisis. Because that's a topic that is not looked at very much right now. It's not in the news. But I wanted to do something special for Christmas, and I was asking the Red Cross people what they think would be a good cause to support. That is also on the minds of people internationally, not just something local in Germany, for example, where I'm from. And they said that Afghanistan is something that is not so much on people's radar right now, but there's a huge crisis, of course, going on the past 4 decades, or past 40 years, basically. So next episode, we're going to do a fundraiser for the Christmas episode, collecting donations for the crisis in Afghanistan. But we're going to talk about that later, much more, of course, just to give you guys a heads up already what's happening in December. But now back to the show today. And we're moving on to the next artist, which is Matthew James White, also a regular on Folktown. And like I mentioned in previous episodes, he's almost a neighbor of mine. We met very far away from Berlin on a beautiful little festival in the west of Germany. And then we realized we're almost neighbors. It takes me 10 minutes on the bicycle to get to Matthew's place. It takes me, I think, half an hour by public transport. It's weird. But it's not very far away, but still we don't see each other often enough. So these tribute shows are always a good occasion to run into each other. And Matthew's playing a song that he used to do a lot of times when he was still touring in Australia and New Zealand. He's actually from New Zealand. But he's going to tell you more about that in a moment. And here's Matthew James White.
Hey everyone, great to be part of yet another Folktown live stream. A live stream of pre-recorded material, mostly. But it's always great to see all these different contributions from all around the world. And Tobias, thank you so much again for making these live streams happen. Amazing work. And yeah, I hope everyone's doing okay. I'm going to play yet another song that I used to play a lot in my cover concert days, or cover gig days in Australia and New Zealand. Here's a song that I played quite a lot in Melbourne and Sydney. And yeah, here's another reason why I think Paul Simon is probably the best lyric writer of all time. I do remember when I was about 14, my guitar teacher recommended me a book called Making Music by George Martin. And all these, all the best musicians in the world contributed to this book. And the lyrics section was, the contributor for the lyrics section was Paul Simon. So, yeah, he got the best in the business to deal with lyrics. The first thing I remember, I was lying in my bed. Couldn't have been no more than 1 or 2. And I remember there's a radio coming from the room next door, and my mother laughed the way some ladies do. It was late in the evening, and all the music seeping through. The next thing I remember, I was walking down the street and feeling alright with my boys and with my troops, yeah. Down along the avenue, some guys are shooting pool, and I heard the sound of a cappella groups, yeah. Singing late in the evening, and all the girls out on the stools, yeah. Then I learned to play some lead guitar, and I was underage in this funky bar, and I stepped outside and smoked myself a J. And when I came back in the room, everybody just seemed to move, and I turned my amp up loud and I began to play. It was late in the evening, and I blew that room. First thing I remember when you came into my life, I said, I'm gonna get that girl no matter what I do. Well, I guess I'd been in love before, and once or twice I'd been on the floor, but I never loved no one the way that I love you. It was late in the evening, and all the music seeping through. It was late in the evening, and all the music seeping through, yeah. It was late in the evening, and all the music seeping through, yeah.
Thanks, Matt. Awesome as usual, and I love your new setup, new camera, new lights. Don't know if you guys noticed, but we all try, to improve all the time, give you guys a better experience with our live streams. And Matthew just got a new camera. It looks really good, man. Good picture, good image. Yeah, lots of love coming in from Dagmar and from Linda and Bernd and Brenda and Graham. Thanks, guys. It's always great, guys showing support in the comments and everything. It may seem like something that's taken for granted. Oh yeah, and then the people, the comments are flying, but it's not. It's always good to see. It's good to see for us. Good to see you guys in the comments and giving love to all the artists. It's really nice. All right, not gonna say much to the next artist, except that he's Matthew's almost neighbor. He goes.
Hello everyone, and greetings from Hanover, where I'm currently staying in this beautiful hotel room. Just have a gig coming up, one of the rare occasions, and I wanted to use this moment to play Paul Simon's song for you for our tribute today. I have so many favorite Paul Simon songs. I remember during my high school years, I listened to his Greatest Hits album. I think there are several Paul Simon Greatest Hits album out there, and of course for Simon and Garfunkel as well. This one I remember had him in black and white with a trench coat and a fedora hat, so kind of Bogart style, in case anyone remembers that Greatest Hits album. And yeah, I have so many favorites. I'm glad I got this one, the one I'm gonna play for you now, because it doesn't have quite as many complicated Paul Simon chords in it. So yeah, gonna play this, one of my many top 10, top 5 Paul Simon songs. Slip sliding away, slip sliding away. You know the nearer your destination, the more you slip sliding away. And I know a man, he came from my hometown. He wore his passion for his woman like a thorny crown. He said, Dolores, I live in fear. My love for you is so overpowering, I'm afraid that I will disappear. She slips sliding away, slips sliding away. You know the nearer destination, the more you slip sliding away. And I know a woman became a wife. These are the very words she uses to describe her life. She said a good day ain't got no rain. And the bad days when I lie in bed and think of things that might have been. She slips sliding away, slip sliding away. You know the nearer your destination, the more you slip sliding away. And I know a father who had a son. He longed to tell him all the reasons for the things he'd done. He came a long way just to explain. Kissed his boy as he lay sleeping, then he turned around and headed home again. He slipped sliding away, slipped sliding away. You know the nearer your destination, the more you slip sliding away. And God only knows, and God makes his plan. The information's not available to the mortal man. We're working our jobs, collect our pay. Believe we're gliding down the highway when in fact we're slip sliding away. Slip sliding away, slip sliding away. You know the nearer your destination, the more you slip sliding away. Slip sliding away, slip sliding away. You know the nearer destination, the more you slip sliding away. Zip Sliding Away. Such a beautiful song. Like many of Paul's, happy 80th birthday belatedly, Paul Simon. And thank you guys. Enjoy the rest of the show. Bye bye.
Yeah, who's that geezer? Thank you guys so much for your beautiful comments. It's really lovely. Yeah, we're almost at the end of the show, and thank you guys again once more so much for tuning in and making this such a lovely global event, such a nice, warm and cozy but global event. Brenda is watching from Sydney, and thank you. And you guys, wherever you are, it's so nice you tuned in. The next show is gonna be on the 27th of December. Thank you, someone was asking. The Christmas show, the fundraiser, but we're not through yet. We have our final artist for the night, and I kept this artist for last. It's Eric Penny, another Folktown regular, and he's singing for us in his Berlin Schöneberg apartment, and such a nice evening, nightish atmosphere that I thought this would be a beautiful closer for this lovely 80th birthday celebration for Paul Simon. And we're going out with another iconic song. And the nice thing about this is, once more, that it's, just one guy playing the song. Kind of takes it down to a folky level, but it's still iconic. And it's strange. It's both things. It's intimate and huge at the same time. But I'm just babbling along again. Stuff that no one really cares about. Meaning, not that no one cares about what I say, but I should not say so many words and just let Eric take it from here. Here's Eric Penny doing a iconic Paul Simon song for you, the last one for tonight. And here's another little hiccup. Eric's gonna play for you right away. Just hang on a moment there. And here he is.
Hello everyone, good evening. My name is Eric Penny, and it's a bit of a late night here in Berlin. And well, late night is relative, of course. When you have kids, 9 o'clock after a Greek dinner, a couple of ouzos and a couple of beers is officially a late night, I think. So along those lines, I have the song The Boxer to play for you this evening. And yeah, the song has always been there. Will always be there. So I'd like to thank Tobias for inviting me to play this song, to go with this group of amazing singers and musicians and songwriters that are interpreting Paul's music for y'all today. Enjoy. I am just a poor boy, though my story's seldom told. I squandered my resistance for a pocket full of mumbles, such are promises. All lies and jest, still a man hears what he wants to hear and disregards the rest. When I left my home and family, I was no more than a boy, in the company of strangers, the quiet of a railway station, running scared, lying low, seeking out the poor quarters where the ragged people go, looking all for the places only they would know. Lie, la, lie, lie, la, lie, 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 la, lie, lie, la, lie, lie, la, la, lie, lie, la, lie, la, 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 lie. I asking only workmen's wages. I come looking for a job, but I get no offers. Just to come on from the wars on 7th Avenue. I do declare there were times when I was so lonesome, I took some comfort there. Lie, la, lie. Lie, la, la, lie, lie, la, lie, lie, la, lie. Lie, la, la, lie, lie, la, lie, la, 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 lie. Now I'm laying on my winter clothes and wishing I was gone, going home, where the New York City winters aren't bleeding me, leaving me, going home. In the clearing stands the boxer and a fighter by his trade, and he carries the reminder of every glove that laid him out or cut him until he cried out in his anger and his shame, I am leaving, but the fighter still remains. Lie, la, lie. Lie, la, la, lie, lie, la, lie. Lie, la, lie. Lie, la, la, lie, lie, la, lie, la, 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 lie, lie. Lie, la, la, lie, lie, lie. Lie, la, lie. Lie, la, la, lie, lie, la, lie, la, 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 lie. There it is, the boxer. Anyway, that was my version. Hope you all enjoy what you're hearing and what you're going to hear and what you have heard. And I hope you take good care of yourselves and your families and those around you. Peace and love and good health.
Thanks so much, Eric. And that was just lovely, lovely and atmospheric. I bet you had a great Uzo there. And the song was beautifully done, man. It was a great way to close the evening, I think. And I'm just gonna take a moment and taking in your beautiful comments, guys. Taking in this beautiful night atmosphere here in the north of Berlin. And taking in the beautiful and warm feeling these shows we all have together. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'd like to remind you after this last beautiful performance to please consider to support the artists as good as you can. These shows are for free, and you know, it's Corona time. We're all a bit strapped for nerves and energy and possibly money as well. So it's totally fine if you don't have any money and to spend on supporting the artists tonight. But if you do, if you feel like it, then please consider doing so. And you find all the PayPals. And sometimes artists didn't give me a PayPal. They said, "Oh, I don't mind. Just put my website there, and please check out the artists' music. Maybe stream them somewhere, buy their albums, buy their CDs, or their vinyl, their downloads, and." Yeah, whichever way you prefer to support the beautiful music tonight. But, you know, very nice way of supporting is just being here and sharing this evening with us, with your lovely comments. And I hope to see you on the 27th of December. I used to work as a teacher, And so sometimes I have to watch out what I do with my hands. Sometimes I do this, or I do this. My wife tells me, don't do that again, man. Don't be a teacher to the audience. So, on the 27th of December, everyone listen up. We have the Christmas special. We're celebrating Christmas, but we are also having a fundraiser, and it will look like this. Folktown celebrates Christmas, and we're having a fundraiser for the Red Cross, and the money will go to the Red Cross's work during the crisis in Afghanistan. As most of you probably are aware of, Afghanistan is always coming up in the news every couple of years because disastrous things are happening there. And pretty much as long as I live, there's been a war there. And I'm not a big, I don't know very much about Afghanistan myself, to be honest. I'm not a specialist on the topic at all. But I felt like when we have the Christmas show, we could use this as an opportunity to help somewhere where help is needed. And there's so many areas, so many things happening around the world, people suffering that need help. So it's not easy to determine a cause that we should, donate money for. So I was asking the Red Cross directly, and they said Afghanistan is a good goal right now because it's not on many people's radar. So we're gonna support Afghanistan with the next show, and I hope all of you tune in on the 27th of December, because mainly, again, this is about us getting together, having a good time, having a musical get-together for the Christmas show on December 27th. Until then, everyone, stay healthy, stay safe, stay well, and I hope to see you soon. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.